Hey, kia ora team. Welcome to this week's video. We've got Jesse here,
Hi.
student rep on the board of trustees. What's your badge? Jesse?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Well, so this morning, as part of the community prefect team, we were collecting donations for the Heart Foundation, which is this great charity that helps people with heart disease. So that was really cool. We were just outside on Lambton Quay this morning. Had to get up pretty early, but it was worth it. We got some really nice people giving lots of money.
Great.
And it was great to see not just, the people who are part of the team getting up early, but also people some coal boys who were catching the bus along Lambton Quay actually stopped and got off the bus to give money. So that was
Awesome.
really cool.
Oh, that's great.
Showing some great coal values.
Of course,
there.
late start this morning, so hopefully they're still here on time. Jesse, you've had about 2 or 3 meetings as student rep on the board?
3,
Yeah. How are you finding it?
Oh, it's pretty full on. It's really interesting though. Like there's so much stuff that sort of goes on behind the scenes that you don't really think about in terms of decision making at the school.
Yeah.
And it's interesting a lot of the time just to sort of listen and see what goes on, but also to give opinions where needed.
Yeah. Well, the way that schools are governed in New Zealand is currently under review.
Yeah.
And we'll take part in some of those national discussions. But one of the distinct features about the New Zealand system is this idea of a student rep. I mean, you're my boss. You're my boss here.
So it's hard to think about, isn't it?
Yeah. And you've got some ideas about things that you'd like to do in ways that the student voice can be heard at our board?
Yeah, I think it's really important that we have as much sort of two-way communication between me as the student rep and the general student body. So what I've done is I've set up a school rep email. So that's jessebotrep@dubc.school.nz. So if you email in any sort of questions or concerns, anything about how the school sort of runs or operates, I can take that to the board.
Yeah.
I can feed that information back to you and we can sort of get that dialogue going, which I think is a great way to sort of run things.
Yeah, so we've got obviously parent reps on the board as well, and Jesse looking after the students. I was really excited that the new charter got passed at this week's board meeting. Next week, or the end of next week, we hope to have our new website up and running, and the charter will be on it for everyone to look at. We want you to be part of it and share our goals, but it's really clearly structured around the 4 big core values. Yeah. In fact, the core values are shaping a lot of the decisions that the board are making.
Yeah, I think it's really good to have sort of a defining idea of what we want to do, and rather than sort of taking each individual decision or idea separately, we have sort of a guiding 4 principles that sort of makes overall board meetings sort of more streamlined and seem more have a clear purpose, which is really important.
Yeah, and it's given us some language for doing that. Hey Jesse, this week on Thursday we had our Scholars Assembly. One of our school values is learning together. We celebrate excellence at Wellington College, and you were acknowledged as one of the Year 12 students who had done extremely well in NCA Level 3 and scholarship, even though you're only Year 12. What were the results that you got?
So I got a scholarship in calculus, an outstanding scholarship in history. Yes, that was really cool to see, and it's just great to see how well our year group did overall. There was the statistic at assembly. What was it? As Year 12 cohort as a group were 5th in the whole Wellington region out of Year 13 cohorts. Yeah. So that was really cool to see how well we progressed.
So just to be clear, scholarships are for Year 13 students. About 3% of Year 13 students in each subject area get a scholarship. The top 0.3% get an outstanding scholarship, which is what you did in history last year, and you've got a whole another year to go. So huge congratulations also to the teachers who do amazing work, extra work, supporting scholarship, supporting our most able students.
Those early morning classes are really, really crucial and show a lot of hard work on the part of the teachers.
Yeah, and that's that learning together goal and value that we're talking about. We'll see you next week. We are getting into a run-a-thon phase. I know there's all sorts of things building. There's a Year 9 dance, which is the first big fundraiser, or there's been the Roses, but after that is the fundraiser. We've got Mark Grantham, old boy from Auckland, coming down for our assembly next week. Someone who I've mentioned on the videos before, who sells chocolate from his wheelchair to raise money for his 6 World Vision kids. So we're bringing him down to help inspire us to really get him behind this year's run-a-thon. So we'll see you guys next week. Okay, ka kite, see ya.